So how did it go playing with Hootsuite and the blog?
Good, good. Yeah. Let's see. I've we had we're kind of juggling with a lot of different things right now. So, um, but it's gone well. Yeah. I did have a few questions. Um, so we got the blog up on the website. So that's good. So I think the sort of next step is to send out a post on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, pointing people to the blog and just sort of saying, check it out. Um, One of the things that I was wondering about was if, because you said when you copy paste the link, it'll all automatically kind of generate an image that's taken from the blog, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that's about right?
Yes, it'll auto-generate an image if there's one on the page, or you can add one, and that you can choose and select which image would be featured.
Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. We haven't. I was thinking of just kind of manually doing this one as opposed to scheduling it, but and then
If it helps, we can even automate your RSS now. It's not going to post this new blog because the blog's already posted. So what that means is from the moment of time that you automate the RSS, any blog that you post after that is the one that will get automated, but any ones from before that will not.
got it. Okay.
So at this point, if you set up your RSS feed, you'll still have to manually share this new blog you just posted.
I see. Okay. But that would be good if we could get the RSS feed
Okay,
set
let's
up.
take care of that. So I'll start logging into Hootsuite.
Okay.
Let's start the screen share.
So what do you press to get the screen share? Oh, share screen button.
Yep, that's it. And at some point, we might even trade off screen sharing just so I can see how you're interacting with Hootsuite and where your questions are. So we'll do whatever is the most effective learning style for you.
Okay.
Let me do this here in Hootsuite. And remind me, what is your Hootsuite login?
It is marketing,
That's right.
and then Sunny123 star, capital S. Sorry.
So I'm going to go back to where this blog is, and I'm going to have you sort of verbally walk me through how would you share this blog if you were logged into Hootsuite? If you wanted to play with this manually, I can go ahead and
No.
but you can go ahead and tell me how would you go about doing it.
Right. So I would just click on the blog itself, and then just copy the URL.
Correct.
And then when you put it into, okay, so then I would go up to the top left over there and select the Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook accounts that we want to send it to.
Okay.
There's some of them that we don't want to send it to, like Capital Area CRAN.
So those are not always selected, and
Okay.
neither is the Pinterest Architects build. I can't think of any reason why you wouldn't want to share this image on your Instagram. It looks like you made a graphic for it that's called Tips. So if you've got a following over 400 people, there's really no harm in sharing your blog on there, on that modality.
Okay, the only thing I was thinking was, you know how if you take the cursor away from that, so that we can see the tabs, like behind this box.
Oh, sure.
Because we only have right now her LinkedIn account, the Twitter, and the Facebook page. So we don't. Are these tabs? Can you explain that? Because we all.
You can just add it. You can just add it. So let's go to new tab, and let's look and see how it. Because it shows that it will post to Instagram, so now we want to see about adding Instagram.
Right.
So browse all streams. I'll click Instagram. That's the Google page. Just do a drop down. It's not, you're right, it's not going to display your Instagram
What if you scroll
on
down?
Hootsuite. Let's see. There we go. Thank you. Yep.
Yeah.
And then my posts, liked, scheduled. Let's do my posts because we can add another stream with scheduled. Okay, so now you've just added a tab 2 days ago. Good.
Yeah, she must have done this. For some reason,
So she didn't add, she just didn't add all of her social media viewing to her tabs.
and it,
We'll call this one Instagram.
okay. So that's it.
So you can always tab over, and then if you see one that hasn't been added yet, like Google Plus, you can add it.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that now, or how much of it do you want to do it yourself, or we can just get it done on the call?
Well, what I'd like to do is, because I just want to confirm with Francisca that she wants to use all of these, because I do remember having a conversation with her about which networks she wants us to post on.
Well, let me ask you this. I see that she is actively using Instagram.
Yeah.
Would she's got a lot of followers on there. Is there any reason why she wouldn't want to? Because this is AV Architects. This isn't this isn't her personal Instagram. This is her Instagram account for AV Architects.
Right.
So I'm trying to think of any disincentive or reason why she wouldn't want to share,
No, I can't.
tips or content on this platform when she's actively using it and has a high following.
Right. No, I can't see a reason why not. But
Okay, so for Instagram, that seems to
she does have it. She has if you look on her LinkedIn accounts, she has one that's for her personal LinkedIn, and then she has one that's AV Architects.
Okay, so what that means, I can tell you right now, her LinkedIn personal profile will show that she works for AV Architects, or she owns AV Architects, and then she created a LinkedIn page. But the thing about the LinkedIn page, while it's helpful to share your content on that page, the only people who are going to see it are the ones who are following that page content. So in order to, when you write a blog, you really want to share it with as many people who will click back to your
Right.
website to read it. So I don't know how many people she's connected with on LinkedIn. I'm going to presume a lot. So you could share it to your AV Architects LinkedIn page and share it with her LinkedIn updates
Yeah.
to really enhance. What I do suggest avoiding is don't share it in groups. There are different schools of thought on that. Just share it with as many people as possible. But the problem with group engagement is that people just tend to spam their content without actually engaging with anybody or anybody else's content. And it can get people in trouble for doing that if you're just posting and you're not engaging in groups. So you can try it once for something that's time sensitive, like a webinar, and see what the response is. But for something like a blog, I would not advise sharing in groups unless someone is taking the time to actually log into those groups and engage with the members in there.
Okay, so would the LinkedIn page that is just for AV Architects and Builders, is that a group page?
It's
then?
not, no, it's just your company page.
Right.
So it's just about news about your company. So obviously blog would qualify for anybody who's following or interested in your content for AV Architects. So people are connected with her personally on LinkedIn will see her post in their update, that she has an update, and that's really a good way to get visibility on LinkedIn.
Okay.
And people like following people who post interesting content. That's work related, that's relevant to architecture.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's actually better for her to post on her LinkedIn profile and her page than it is for her to go silent and lose her following.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
So I hope that helped clarify, because she might ask you these
Well,
questions as well, as terms of, well, how do I know which social media platforms I want to share this on? Really, anything related to AV Architects, when it comes to a blog that's going to drive traffic to your site, there's no disincentive why you wouldn't share your own content and your own graphics on those platforms.
Right. Okay. So right now, the ones that are highlighted in blue are ones that are selected, right?
Those are called always selected. So every time you bring Hootsuite up to make a post or to schedule a post, and we can practice scheduling again, you're going to see these always highlighted. The ones that you're going to have to individually highlight for certain posts are the ones that you want to share deliberately with CRAN. And actually, I think we'll go ahead and for now we'll select Instagram. And you can always unselect it later if there's a reason where you feel, well, this is really content heavy and we don't really want to share this graphic. On Instagram, you can, it's just a matter of unclicking it.
Right. Okay.
So we would say, new helpful tips. New helpful tips. So you have content here. And what's nice when you shrink the link, it'll generate a preview so you can see how it's going to look when it posts. And I really like how it also will include a little bit of a summary of what the blog is about. And you always want to check to see how this looks.
I did that on the, I don't know if that would be the alt text or the description or what, but I think.
Oh, okay. So one thing you need to know about alt text, it's only relevant to a website. So I guess this would be the closest thing to like a meta description of what your post is about.
All that information in WordPress.
Cool. So you're working with it. You're working with the tools. You're doing it, and you're making you're getting progress in between calls. So you're applying it, and now we're just doing the next step. So after you did the post, and I'm excited to hear that you worked with the meta description, and then the image, and then naming the image, and then you want to share the blog. Now what you can expect, really here is an opportunity for you to add some content when you schedule it. However, when you automate your post, it's going to share the link. And I'm pretty sure it also shortens the link and does it in hourly format. And then it's going to share the summary. So people are going to see that it's a new blog, and they're going to see the summary here with an image. So it does it for you.
So you don't.
When the RSS pops.
You're saying you don't include.
Unless you want to. Unless you have something extra that you think is really attention getting that you really want to share, then you would add that content here. If you've got something that's really relevant beyond the summary, right? You think is really going to capture attention. The one thing I want to caution you about is as soon as you hit publish on future posts, once the RSS is automated, it's going to publish within 2 hours. So you want to make sure you're not duplicate publishing if you go into Hootsuite because you want to use this feature of adding more content. You would have to disable the RSS feed for that particular for that particular post, and then re-enable it by the time you post another blog. It's just a matter of remembering to do that if you choose.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. I mean, in this case, I would say that the only text that I would include would be a repetition of what's included in that.
Yeah, exactly. In this case. Another thought is rather than go through the extra admin step of doing that, just let the post publish, and then you can add the extra. You can use comments to add that extra content that people will see that there's liking and there's comments and there's engagements. And sometimes commenting on your own material can help get that momentum in getting the engagement. So don't be shy to play with that and see if that's actually more effective than just having to post with an additional comment where now they're reading the summary and the comment. Let it post, add a comment in the thread, which actually gets the conversation started.
Huh. Okay.
You can try that tactic as well. Did you want to go ahead and schedule this now? Shall we just go ahead and share the blog now? It's written, you want to get it shared, it's Monday morning. Shall we just go ahead and get that scheduled or posted?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think we're...
New blog. So we'll just say new blog. And there's we can do send now or we can schedule it. So I would just kind of want to bring your attention to this because if you're thinking, well, if I want to schedule it and I don't see scheduler, there's 2 ways you can do this. Save as draft. I almost never use this.
Yeah.
we know why, kind of like why. So I would almost be inclined, well, the only value of that is if you're starting to compose it and you're not ready to send it yet, but really this is once you start using this, you're gonna just start whipping through it. You're gonna, bam, post your comment, the link, and then schedule it and move on to the next one. You're not gonna spend a lot of time overthinking it. It's not a novel. So just go to scheduling.
You say new blog, is that sort of the best or most common thing to say? Or is there anything else? Would you just, I don't know, would you just say something else, like cool new blog or whatever, or
I like to let people know that there's new content on the site. There's something they haven't written yet that, obviously you're blogging again, because your blog had a pause. You were blogging and then there was a bit of time in between. Now it's like, hey, we're blogging again. We have fresh content for the season. It's brand new. Mm-hmm. So we could say new blog or new content. It just kind of creates new. The idea is new. This is something fresh that we just posted that we haven't shared before. Especially if someone was following your blog and then you dropped off and then they stopped following it, they can see that you're reinstating the schedule of writing a blog.
Right.
Or check out our new, you want to say weekly blog, bi-weekly blog.
Yeah.
Excited to announce new blog material every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't want, it
might be too much. I'd say new blog.
Yeah.
Short,
I don't want
sweet. They can see it's new. Hey, it's new. And then they can see the summary, they can see the image, they'll click on it. Make it so that they can glance at it. If it's too verbose, they'll glean over it.
Right.
Okay. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, that's okay.
So every time you have, once you start blogging again, you can make the focal point on the content if it's juicy, or you can announce, hey, new. Hold on a second. 1 second. Okay. Hey, Larry? I'm on a recorded call. Maybe. Recorded in the background. This can be heard. Thank you. Okay, here we go. So we can do send now. Now for scheduling, I should have asked you, where would I highlight to schedule this?
Oh, well, you would pick your day on the calendar, and then you would just pick. Oh, you click there, yeah.
Yeah, so we click, I'd already done it. So we click next to I just bring your attention to these icons, because it's real easy to get to this point and be like, okay, I see clear, I see save, I see schedule, but where's my calendar? So I just wanted to revisit this icon, because that's what creates the drop down where you can decide when you want this to go out.
Right.
Or since you've got it down, you remembered, we'll just go ahead and hit schedule.
Okay.
In fact, if you want to play with this, you can auto schedule. I personally kind of like to know when my posts are going to go out, but you can play with auto schedule, and then all you have to do is hit auto schedule, and then you can see when Hootsuite decides to publish it and see if that really does influence higher engagement than when you just pick your own time and check to see that your post actually went out.
Right. Okay.
Do you want to do that now, or do you just want to post it?
I think we should just post it.
Okay, so let's do off, and we'll hit back to send now. Oh, it wants me to add an image. Okay. So what's interesting is even though it pulled.
But I don't want to send 2 images. That's why maybe we should why don't we just do it
Yeah, you're right, because if we add a duplicate image to that, it's going to auto-populate that image.
Yeah, so let's not do that.
Okay.
Maybe just skip Instagram. We can do it separately. Okay, so it hasn't already posted, right? You would have seen it.
Let me do it. No.
And then what about hashtags if we're doing it on Twitter?
Yes, we can definitely add hashtags. So for this, we would call this tips, architect tips. What are the hashtags that she's using currently? We can also take a look at that here. Oh, one thing I kind of like, What she has, this is set right now, so when we do a share, it actually takes me away from your website. I kind of like it to open up a new tab, and that's a real easy setting. Just make a note to ask your web person, can we make these social media icons open up a new tab? Because otherwise, it's driving traffic away from your website. What if I want to tab back over and read
Was
more
that in
blogs?
the blog where you just click that? Or where was
I was in the blog, correct. So I'll go back one more time. So
I
here
can-
I'm in the blog.
I can
And
I
here
can
are the
do that.
icons. Oh, okay. Yeah, and here are the icons. And when I click
think
this
you just
one,
select the icon and then there'll be an option that says open a new tab or open in browser.
yeah, but
like-
you can actually automate. Yeah, you can you can make the setting so that it automatically does that when they click. And
Yeah.
now I'm going to your Instagram, but I'm not leaving your website if I want to tab back over.
Yeah, I agree. So do you think I should fix that before we post it?
No, no, you already have. Go ahead and share the social, the blog, and when we get off the call, that's a quick fix.
Oh, on the blog, yeah.
So you just go
Right.
log into your website and then just change the automated settings so that they open up in a new tab.
Right.
Okay, so I'm looking at these to see what you're using now for hashtags.
This is Instagram though.
I know, but I can see on Instagram whenever she posts, I can really see what
Okay.
she's using now for hashtags. So I like this. I don't see tips. I see. That's great.
Right.
She uses She has her own hashtag for Architects Build. That's cool.
Yeah.
I see custom design. Let's see what the tips are about design. So we can use custom design. For Instagram, it's fine to use a lot of hashtags, and also for Twitter if you have the space. More than 2 or 3, and it starts to look a little desperate. You want to you want to look like you're very strategic and focused about your outreach, not just casting a wide net for anyone swimming by.
Right.
It just creates a perception that your content is being targeted for the person who's actually reading it, rather than, hey, I just want anybody to look at my post.
Got
so
it. Yep.
I don't mind this for
And some of
Instagram.
those-
It's standard procedure. This is cool, and a lot of people do this, especially for images. But especially on your Facebook, your LinkedIn, when you have 3 hashtags, that's definitely enough. Too much
Okay.
noise, and people start to block it out.
Right.
This is a rule
Okay.
of thumb. So let's use 2 or 3. So we're definitely going to use, we'll use custom build, we'll use architects. I didn't mean to click on that. Let me just go back
Yeah,
to
we
this.
should use our keyword is custom home builder. So that's a good one.
That's cool. AV Architects. I need to go back. AV Architects or AV Architects build? I think it was AV Architects.
I don't remember. Let's have a look.
Yes, we will. Okay. Just go back to that super quick. Oops, blog. Tab more over. Here we go. Could have left that up. Okay. Here we go. So it is AV Architects build. Good. I'm glad
Yeah.
we checked. AV Architects build. And then we've got custom home builder. You could even start referencing Northern Virginia
Yeah.
or locations.
Yeah.
I don't really see you doing that here. You may want to check the hashtags.
Or just say Northern Virginia or like. you
Yeah,
know,
but we want to be strategic about this. We don't want to just make up a hashtag. We want to make sure that you're using one that's helpful. I'm wondering if you're already using one in any of these. When it comes to pictures, it's not really as important.
Custom homes is one.
This is great engagement. That's very cool. No, I don't see McLean, Virginia.
Yeah, that's just where that particular project is. That's the name of the city, the
Okay.
town.
There's a few various tools to look up which hashtags actually make the most sense to use. So let me do that after this call and send the results to you with the tool, because I want to verify which tool I want to advise you to use. So McLean, oh, there we go. That's McLean. She is using hashtag McLean for Virginia. Okay, let's go with the hashtag that she's using because that's what people are following.
Well,
And
okay.
then I'm still going to do that. I'm still going to
that
verify that hashtag. But for now, we'll follow the thread that she's working with. Okay, you've got our
That
three
that
hashtags.
project is located in that city in Virginia. My blog posting is
Anything in Virginia, but anything, that's true, anything related to Virginia though is you want to have anybody in Virginia, you want to be on their radar. So even if it's in a different city in Virginia, that's not exactly where your office is, because you do work in that city, that's actually great to mention more cities related to Virginia where you go to do your work.
yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Don't overthink the hashtags. Again, these are just, you're going to get really quick at doing this.
Yeah.
You're going to get to where you're not overthinking it. You're just, okay, here's the post, here's the URL that drives the traffic to the site, 2 to 3 hashtags at the most, send it out. It's one post, and remember, we're going to repurpose that post later on to make sure that we're increasing our visibility for the blog. And we'll discuss how to do that. In fact, we might even schedule, we can do that now, but I want to make sure we save time. We talked about, as part of your mission, to get the login for Google Webmaster,
Yeah.
and so that we can get in those PR links. Now I understand you really didn't have very much time at all, so if you want to do that on the next call, I'm not sure if you had time to garner the PR and the links back to the website from Friday from today.
No.
Okay, so then it
Absolutely
doesn't
not.
make sense to walk you through that unless you have the PR links and we're ready to get them entered in.
Yeah, no,
Just show you how to do
that fell right off the plate. I've just been had my head in other things.
Well, you didn't, and again, we had our last call Friday morning, so we wanted to get on this call today because you said, I'm going to do the post and the social media, so let's have our
Yeah.
next call to make sure that these steps are following the social media strategy we want to pursue. And another
Right.
thing I'll do after this call for you is I'll check and see how many more coaching sessions that you have.
Okay.
And we'll create a little more, well, we're going into Thanksgiving anyway. So between now and the next call, you'll have time to get those PR links for
Okay.
the next steps. If it does help,
The other social media account is Google Plus.
yes,
That isn't. I don't think it's in there though, is it?
I believe it is. I believe your
was it?
Google Plus is in here. So this is Twitter, that's Facebook page. This is, let's see your Google. I know I saw it.
I don't know. Is that Google Plus?
Actually, if you ever want to see all of your streams, but all of your social media accounts, they're all situated, they're all sitting. Oops. I should show you where that is. Come on, let's go home. It's dashboard.
So it's okay.
So we go back to dashboard. Okay, those are just the streams that we uploaded. Assignments, app directory, tools. I remember we did this when we verified the LinkedIn. We verified on the last call.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do categories. I just want the ones that installed. Apps, streams. Add social. Let's do add social network. It should take me to see all of my social networks. Now, I'm not logged into your Google Plus, but this is just telling me to add. This isn't showing me where I'm connected. So I think that's because you have the choice. Okay, it is going to show you all of them here. It'll show you all of your connected platforms here, and then you can select whether to post or not. But I recall being able to click on this owl, and it'll just show me all of my social media networks, and it would show me if I need to re-authenticate. But if you need to re-authenticate, there will be a notice or an alert at the very top.
Mm-hmm. So why? Okay.
And this just kind of shows you layouts that you can use when you schedule.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and authenticate while we're here. Let's take care of your RSS feed. So what we want to do for this is we actually go to your blog page. Now you were asking me specifically.
If we go onto our Google Plus site.
Yes, I need to log in. Did you bring your we need to authenticate your Google Plus account. So I would need to log in as you to do it. Or I can walk you through. I can hand the controls over to you, and I can walk you through how to do it.
Yeah, maybe let's try that.
Okay. So we'll do new share. Can you see my screen while we've been talking?
Yeah.
Okay, good. There's desktop. So I actually want to stop sharing and.
I wonder if I am. I'm just signing into my Google Plus account right now.
Okay, good. Okay, that's like that, right? Now at the bottom, do you see share screen? Go ahead and click on that, and then I should be able to see your screen.
Okay, just one sec. Oh, we had this problem last time. It's I think.
Do you see a share screen at the bottom right here?
Yeah, I do.
And it's not letting you do it? Yep, it says you've started screen sharing. I can see. Fantastic. You've got your passwords up.
Yeah. The thing is,
I can see your screen. Wonderful.
We don't have Francisca. That username doesn't work. I wonder if it's.
Oh, so the Francesca. Okay, so the Sunny123 isn't working to log into Google Plus to authenticate to your Hootsuite?
Yeah, the username's not. I think we just have the wrong information for the Google Plus account. Unless it's it'll be
you just want to do.
It won't. It'll be the Gmail account.
Yes, it's always linked to a user, Google likes to. It has extra credibility that there's a real human being authenticated behind the accounts created within Google, and all of your Google platforms are linked to that one Gmail.
Yeah. Just guessing. Okay, there we go. So we are logged in. And then to go to...
I'm going to log into Hootsuite. So you're logged into here. That's great. Now just open up a new tab and go to Hootsuite.
Okay. Actually, I think I already had Hootsuite open. Hootsuite. Okay. So then a new tab here, or can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So you go new tab.
So I want you to remember the gray. There's a gray icon.
Yeah.
Let's click on that. I'm just wanting to remember what the gray icon, because I can read.
This here?
The others are Facebook and Facebook. Oh, your personal Facebook? No, because the flag is your Facebook page. Recollecting what that gray icon is linked to.
What? This one? Just tell me where.
Oh, on the left.
On the left.
There you go. So we go up. You see LinkedIn, and then your Facebook page and your Twitter. On the drop down, where 5 are. There's that AV Architects and Builders right there. That's the one. The third one down.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
You think that is what?
I wonder if that's your Google, because I'm trying to remember what it's kind of. It's not obvious like the rest of them.
No, so I didn't recognize that the logo here, because that's like the Facebook logo. and that's the Twitter logo. And
Well, let's
this
go
one.
ahead and re-authenticate your Google Plus, and we'll see what happens with that.
So add social network.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Good.
connect.
Yeah, and you're signed in as her, so you should be able just to do it. Okay, it's going to make you re-enter it. That's fine. Okay, allow.
Okay.
Click. Yep. Pages. Excellent. Done.
Okay. So.
Okay, so that's outstanding. You really want this on your AV Architects page. What I
Yeah.
love about this, it's just another way of letting Google know that you're sharing your blog content and you're sharing it through their platform.
So now if we add a stream, we can add this Google Plus.
Mm-hmm. And we'll do my posts. That way you can see when you post, it'll show you, oh look, it went through on my stream. Okay, there you go. Drop down to,
My post.
sorry, so where it says select a page, there you go. You got to select one. Pick AV Architects and Builders. Great, now click My Posts. And what I like about this is as soon as I schedule things and send it out, I can log into my Hootsuite dashboard and I can verify that it published to all of my social media platforms without logging in individually to each one.
Okay, so now we have LinkedIn, Twitter. This is our Facebook pages, Instagram, and where's our Google Plus? Shouldn't it be here since we made a stream? Oh, that's what this is.
Go ahead and click My Posts. You see that little arrow? Go to the right where it says Add a Stream. Scroll down.
Add a stream.
Nope, not that one.
Okay.
To the right where it says AV Architects Google Plus page, you see Select Stream Type. Click. Nope, not that one.
Yeah.
There you go. Not circles. My Posts. To the right. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, so now we know. Okay, so that's correct. So what was confusing to me about that, I saw the gray Google tab, is it was connected to her Google personal profile, and now we've added the page, and that's what gets the following. So I'm glad that we're going to be sharing this content on her Google, on the AV Architects page in Google. It looks like this is duplicate. This says my posts. So I'm almost wondering, the point of having a personal profile is just letting Google know that your account is linked to a real human being for credibility. Unless she's using, almost nobody uses, the Google personal profile for their following. Almost all of that is dominated by either the Facebook page or really through LinkedIn, especially for personal profiles that are linked to our profession. I really prefer to encourage people to follow the AV Architects page on Google if that's what they're going to do instead of Francesca. Too much, we don't want to dilute our traffic. I guess it doesn't matter if it's duplicate, but it's helpful to just build that brand under AV Architects and put the content under there. So I'm inclined to where I want to make sure that I'm sharing the AV Architects page and not her personal one in Google.
I think just,
There you go.
yeah, I think we may have posted on both.
And that's fine. I mean, there's no harm in it, but we might opt to disconnect the personal profile one in Google and just make sure that you're supporting
Well, that's
the AV
efficient.
Architects Google page.
That-
And send the content and the traffic there.
Okay. The part that I just need a little bit of clarity on is this is our LinkedIn.
I'm sorry it can get confusing because you think, well, why not share my content on my personal Google and my page in Google, but then in LinkedIn you do want to share it on your page and on your personal profile. And while it can sound a little bit like, well, why is that? It's just how people use that particular social media platform. On LinkedIn, it's got really wonderful high usage and high engagement from professionals, where professional content, people are looking for new, fresh professional content, and that's why the profile is a great modality to share it. Whereas on the Google, you're really not a lot of it doesn't have the same level of engagement as the LinkedIn does.
Yeah.
And you're really wanting to alert Google that you're supporting the business brand and the business page. So it's because the different social media platforms serve different purposes. It's actually not it's not a really big deal. It's just, as long as we're in there, let's make sure that we're as focused and strategic as we can be now that you are starting to generate content and share it through your social media platforms. The streams also help you see who's engaging with your content and where that's coming from. Are they engaging with me on Instagram or on Facebook? You can see where your traffic's coming from and make sure that you're responding to them and encouraging that conversation in a timely manner. So who is monitoring these social media accounts once you start to notice that people are commenting and engaging? Is that you?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you'll want to do is you're going to want to be tracking this, because once people start commenting, you're going to want to respond and encourage them. Hey, that's a great thought. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. We agree. Yeah. So glad the tip was helpful to you. Even something that.
So where do you go to get to do that? Well, first, before we do that, so I've created this Google Plus tab, but I want to rename it to Google. Google
absolutely. Plus. So just highlight your cursor over what you want to. So go back to AV Architects. It's this for even Facebook pages. Go ahead and just click on that. Okay. All right, try right-clicking.
Here? Mm-hmm. We can rename it to make it
shorter.
Yeah,
now you can rename it. Now just go ahead and call it Facebook page.
Yeah. Because nobody sees that, right?
Nope, it's just for you. That's just for you, for your simplicity of being able to narrow down these tabs.
This is the Google Plus.
Okay, go ahead and add. Perfect. Now I see my posts. Instagram, good.
Facebook. Twitter. And I didn't pull up in Twitter. Where's my posts?
Well, you want to see my posts. So right now you've got your Twitter set to other people's content.
Right.
There's my tweets. My tweets isn't until the end. You can go ahead and drag and drop this, so that's the first thing you see when you log in here.
It's funny that the image didn't pop up in Twitter. It didn't generate an image. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But it did for, say, LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, so then the risk here is one way to control that.
Yeah.
You can avoid using the default image and just go ahead and select which image you want to pull it up when you're manually entering in your content into Hootsuite. It'll auto-populate an image it sees on that page, but let's say, for example, you've got 3 images on that page and you don't want to use that one. You just X out the image that it's selected and pull in the image that you want it to feature, and that's probably your surest bet way to make sure things like that the image shows in Twitter, because that does make a difference in engagement. The only thing is now you're manually doing it for your blogs as opposed to just having your blogs automatically go out. So that's a little bit of a trade-off with Hootsuite, is you have more control over just copying and pasting your blog into the scheduler and then uploading the image that you want to be featured, and then that image goes out and you can add a comment or you can comment in the conversation below. You just have more control over how it looks through your social media platforms. Plus, if you X out the auto-populated image and you upload the image in, now you can just go ahead and add it to Instagram instead of having to manually post it into Instagram later. So you might find, especially if you're only blogging twice a month, it might be, and you have to log in anyway to schedule your social media posts. It may
Yeah.
be of more value to copy and paste your blogs,
Right.
and rather than have them auto-populate, because if they auto-populate, that's what it's going to look like. It's going to pull the image from that blog. If you've got 3 of them, it'll choose whatever image, maybe the one you want, maybe not, and it's going to share that through all of your social media channels that you have selected. So it's up to you if you want to control that, or if you just want to have the blog auto-publish.
But usually it should pull up the image for Twitter, right?
If you upload one. So it's the same as
Okay,
Instagram.
but otherwise it doesn't? With Twitter? Maybe?
Not when you auto-pop. Well, there's 2 ways to auto-populate. So I don't want to get too technical. There's 2 ways to add an image into your WordPress.
Right.
If you
I got
pull,
that. I
if you
understand
pull
that
the
part.
image into the content, then yes,
Right.
it should auto-populate even to Twitter, because that image is actually sitting in your content. But if you
Right.
use what's called the featured image,
Yeah.
which is kind of in the lower right of,
Yeah.
it's just another way of, I don't think the image is sitting in your content. I think you're using featured image for the part of this blog functionality. And in this case, because you're using a different modality to feature an image on your blog rather than having the image sit in your content, it's not going to auto-populate to Twitter. But if the image were sitting in your content, then yes, it would. So that's
Yeah.
the
So
technical
we can't-
answer.
we can't go
But if
in
you just want to control it, just X
Yeah.
out the auto-populated image and upload the one you want to use.
But you can't go and edit a post that's already been made.
Sure. Sure
Like
you can.
go into this Twitter one and include an image now?
Oh, okay. So to do that, that's an excellent question. Thank you for bringing that up. You actually log into your Twitter account and you edit it within your Twitter account.
Yeah. Okay.
So
All right.
yes, you can always edit, delete posts, but now in order to do that, you go into the actual account itself. So for example, that's I used Hootsuite, and it auto-populated my blog, and for some reason the image was horizontal instead of vertical in LinkedIn. So I logged into my LinkedIn and I edited the post to make sure the image was correct. And a way to avoid that with Hootsuite is to manually upload the image yourself. Now you know how to use this tool. There are other tools that seem
But in
to...
Hootsuite, you would just go to each network individually and do it then. 'Cause
No,
if you
no,
do it
that's
in-
painful. That's too painful. So if we click on Compose Image, you can copy and paste a link there. I'll show you how to X out the auto-populated one, and then you click the attachment image, and then you pull in the image that you want.
Oh, so you can
Into the post.
customize the image for all of them.
Yes, and then
what's
when you
the-
hit Send Now or you hit
include-
Schedule,
Pardon?
so
Wait.
it's 2 steps. You
Yeah.
put the content in, the URL, you click the
Image.
paper clip, you click the paper clip,
Yeah.
you pull in the image, and now you're controlling which image is going to go out to all of your social media with Hootsuite. If you use Sendable, if you use Meet Edgar, they tend to manage images a little bit better. I'm reluctant to have you learn a new software or a new tool if you already know how
But
to
you
use
have
this
to
one.
delete the because when you copy paste the link in, it'll auto generate an image. So you got to delete that image first, and then you click the clipboard. Then you
Yeah, let's just
Right?
do it. Let's just do one. Let's just walk you through. We haven't quickly.
okay.
Go ahead and as if you were, don't actually publish it, but as if you were going to post the blog again, go ahead and
Okay.
just take that URL, post it in there, and let's walk you through how to do that. Or do you want to?
I got it. I can do it. Wait. Oh damn. New share. Okay. Where are we here? Okay, so something like you go like this, add a link.
Yep, just put in there, shrink. There you go. Here you can comment or not. See the little paper clip by the scheduler? Oh, so now actually we want to go to that preview. Hover your cursor. Now we want to support editing thumbnails. Okay, it's Google Pages. It's still going to show the content. Go ahead and X out of that. That little, remove preview. And now go to the paper clip. Choose files. And here you just, pick any image. We're not really going to publish it.
Okay.
All right, go back up to, there you go. See how it shows you an image?
Yeah.
So it's still going to give a little content preview with the Owly link, but now it's going to feature that image, and you can go ahead.
And not the other one?
And you can add Instagram.
Yeah.
So it's going to override. That's the image that you selected to go with that link. That's the one it's going to feature.
And the other one won't be included. Mm-hmm. The one that was auto-generated. Is that right?
No, that will be the dominant image instead of the one that was auto-generated.
This will be the one that appears.
That's how you control which image gets featured.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So then, if I
we're not really going to post this.
Do you just clear?
Yeah. Or delete.
Okay. Now, I have this other. I've just finished this other blog. Well, this is a good question because it is like a blog, basically, an idea. But it's also, just hold on one sec. Oh, can you hold on one sec?
Yeah.
AV Architects, this is Brandon speaking. How can I help you? Hello? Yeah. Okay. So, so I've done this other blog, basically. I'll just call it a blog. And I'm trying to engage people to talk about. Basically, it talks about what's called Small Business Day, which is coming up on November 25th.
That's great that you're posting content that's related to either seasonal things or Small Business Day.
Yeah. So it kind of goes on that says basically the idea is that Small Business Day falls on the heels of Thanksgiving, and that's kind of fitting because we should really give thanks to our small business owners because they help sort of enrich our communities and make, just kind of like make life a little bit better for everybody.
That's relevant. Remember to use that hashtag as well.
Pardon?
That's relevant. You're making content that's relevant to the season and what's on people's mind right now. And remember to add that hashtag when you post that blog.
For Small Business Day? Okay. That's a good idea.
And Brandon, this is strategic social media. Wait, go ahead.
Pardon me?
This is strategic social media planning.
Right.
You're talking about right now. So
what I'd like, so basically I end this blurb, this blog with sort of a bit of a call to action, because I sort of say, let us, don't be shy. Let us know what small businesses you're thinking of supporting tomorrow, and I want to like create a bit of people who get it, I'd like them to say, oh, I'm going to support so-and-so's coffee shop or whatever. Right. And just kind of make it fun. So I'm wondering, maybe that's not the best idea for a blog. Maybe that's just a post, because I want it to be engaging. Because we just have what do you think? I'm kind of out of my element here. So what do you think? Like, should I post it as a blog, have it link to our site, but then allow people to make comments on Facebook and stuff? Or
okay,
would be the best way to do that?
Okay, so a blog, when you blog, a blog is generally content that's supporting your keywords. So you can certainly integrate Small Business Day if you can link it to a concept related to your keywords, and you want it to be at least 300 words long, which is not epic,
yeah,
but long enough that it constitutes as a blog and it's actually going to support it's the content that's going to support the keywords on your website and search.
Yeah,
Something like that sounds really fun, but I don't know if you have 300 words of, because sometimes the fun stuff, you want to keep it really short and sweet because it gets better engagement that way.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
So maybe focus the blog on, okay, what can I say about this that is related to my keywords? So let's say, here's a great example. Let's say Virginia was having a custom design day, and it was in the town of McLean, and they are going to have this arts day with custom home design. Now you might write a blog related to that particular event in that particular town. That's powerful. Small Business Day is something that could make a really cute social media fun snippet, but I don't know how you're going to relate it to the keywords on your website.
There's virtually no connection to the keyword.
So now you have a really fun social media post. Run with it.
That's what I was thinking, right? But the problem is it's 200 words.
Oh, you already wrote it. You already wrote 200 words of content.
Yeah.
Two approaches. You could have a small business day where you run content all week. Say, hey, this is one of 5 posts celebrating Small Business Day, and just have that be your theme for the week, and to leverage the content you've already kind of took the time to offer.
Yeah.
So you could do that, or you could just add just a little bit more about it, and then there's no harm. Here's the thing about a blog. There's really no harm in it.
Well, one thing I could do is...
You've already taken the time to write this, so I'm really inclined that you go ahead and leverage it.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking maybe Facebook would be the best place to do it, because Twitter, you have your word count maximum, right?
Mm-hmm. But you could totally repurpose this content. You could repurpose this content into different themes on your different social media platforms.
Okay. For example?
So for example, for Twitter, how we would summarize, we think it's fantastic that's a long sentence, but for Twitter we could say, it's fantastic. Small Business Day falls on the heels of Thanksgiving. We are so thankful for we're so thankful for our important,
yeah.
We're so thankful for our communities supporting beautiful architect design.
Yeah.
Or we are so thankful to everyone who has the courage to start their own business and support their communities. It doesn't always have to be about architecture. It could just be about the concept of small business, since that's what you're celebrating. So you can take that content and you can repurpose it into a Twitter post, and you could even it's all about how much time you have. You could even make that into 3 Twitter posts, that one paragraph right there. So maybe you choose, because you've taken the time to write it, to schedule more than 2 posts that week to really celebrate and follow the thread of small business. And you could do that. When you use the Hootsuite, you could easily schedule 2 or 3 posts into Twitter and just click the Twitter icon and still use Hootsuite to do that, so you're not tabbing over across multiple social media platforms. But for the content that you want to share across all of your social media platforms, like your blog, you can just easily do that with the drop-down in Twitter. But feel free to take this and repurpose it into content that you think, hey, this is really relevant. This is going to make more Twitter posts, so I'll just take an extra second to schedule 2 more from this content into there, since I know I can post more content in Twitter than I would want to post on LinkedIn.
Right.
I mean, it sounds like you do have an instinct for this. You're wanting to make sure that you're doing the right thing, and you're kind of overthinking it. So you've got some really good content. You can purpose it into different social media platforms. It doesn't always have to go. Every social media post doesn't always have to be scheduled through all of your social media platforms.
Okay.
The blogs,
so
yes.
Looking at this, do you think would be, as it is right now, do you think it would be most suitable for Facebook as a post? Or if you included all of it?
That's a really long post. I would sooner
Yeah.
see you take those paragraphs and just, you know,
I could just get rid
and
of
go with a theme, and just go with a theme and make multiple posts celebrating Small Business Day than one giant post that you took the time to write all that content. You'll get more engagement and it will get read if you purpose it into segments, or say one of three, two of three, three of three, and run with that theme and send out schedule out the segments throughout the week, than if you make one big post that
Yeah.
that
Okay.
people, it just limits also how many people will see it.
So, and in each of those separate posts, is the message different? Are you saying something unique in each one? Or are you,
Oh,
I
the
mean,
first paragraph is so theme, we're celebrating Small Business a Day this week. Post one of three, and then you just post the first paragraph. And then celebrating small business, or just do hashtag celebrating small business, post two of three, and then you
and you
post the
write
second
that
paragraph.
post 2 of 3?
Sure. Sure,
And
you
this
can do
is,
that. You can do that as a theme, so people are following a thread, but you want to do it in snippets. And part of the reason you really want to do that is when you post something, only so many people are going to see it. So
Yeah.
that's why you need to post throughout the week. Then people might even scroll back and look at what your first post was, because they didn't see the first time that you posted.
right.
Generally, you never want to go with long posts on social media unless you're sharing a link that goes back to your blog. Anytime you have longer content, turn
Right.
it into multiple posts about that theme for the week, and then share it as multiple content. You'll get better engagement and better results in following if you take long content and you segment it into a theme of multiple posts.
And do you title the theme, I mean, do you
Just do
title
the same hashtag. It doesn't, again, you can just
Yeah.
say another post celebrating. Just do the hashtag, and they'll see that you're following the theme for the week. You don't always have to spell it out or announce it. In this case, you might, because the second paragraph follows the first. But
Yeah.
in most cases, you could even, this would be very easy even to rewrite into its own posts about this theme throughout the week. You don't always have to announce it, because sometimes they'll only see one of three of those posts and then like it or comment or engage with it. Not everybody will see all three.
Yeah.
Remember,
Maybe,
like you said,
and-
this is
and
fun.
Would
This is
you
just.
would you post them on different days? So you do one
Oh,
on one.
yes, absolutely. So, for
Yeah.
example, this could be leading up to Small Business Day. You could
Right.
even share it after Small Business Day. So,
Right.
Small Business Day was last week. So thankful for all of our customers who engaged with us, and then share
And if
one
some-
snippet of content.
If someone so how would this work? Like if let's say, I'm thinking of Twitter here. So let's say you get the first tweet, and then a few days later you get a second tweet and it says post 2 of 3 or something, right? Can that person click on that and then go see what the first post was
If you hashtag it,
if you hashtag it?
or they'll follow, or if they're following you, they can go to your tweets, and because hashtag, they'll see all of the posts related to Small Business Day. But if they
Right.
just want to see your first one, then they can just scroll down through specifically because they're following you. So they can just go to your Facebook social media platform and see all of your posts, and because you had just posted the first one, they'll see it immediately on the first page.
I see. Okay. All right. Well, that's
I'm
That's-
glad we touched on this, because when we talk about social media strategy,
mhm.
you set up an expectation. If you're posting every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, people start following you, and they expect to see content on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So if you're doing, funny things on Mondays, custom design relevant things on Wednesdays, and then anything tips that they need to know on Fridays, you have that theme. So if you're going to do for the holidays or Thanksgiving, you change it up and you make it fun. You can make a little announcement on it, but they're still following your content on Monday,
Right.
Wednesday, and Friday. So you do want to follow. Your following has a certain expectation, and when you do themes that are relevant, like Small Business Day, Thanksgiving, what we give thanks for.
Yeah.
You're creating content that's top of mind and what people want
Right.
because it's fresh and it's relevant to what they're thinking of and what they care about at this time. You could do a theme on fall colors right now.
Right. Okay.
So I hope that helps with how you plan out your social media strategy. What I like about Small Business Day is now you're creating fun content, which is really important, not just, hey, look at us and what we have to offer content. You intersprinkle it into news and relevant themes. So I can tell you, you have a knack for this because you're already doing it.
Right.
Here's
Okay.
our blog, here's about us, and now here's something fun about Thanksgiving and Small Business Day.
Sure. Okay, well, thank you, Veronica. That was good. Do you want to see what? Yeah, you said you were going to see how many sessions we have left.
Right, so let's see how many sessions we have left. We want to come to the next call with the PR backlinks that you have so far. You'll get that from Francesca. You have the login already for your Google Plus, so we'll add that to Webmaster, and that really is a strong step that I want to make sure that we complete for your authority that websites are ranking back to, and that really helps with SEO as well. So I want to make sure we get that done in the last call. I have updated your Google Drive over the weekend with our prior call and with the notes with where we left off in that call segment. So 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And that is updated in your Google Drive under your Google Notes.
Okay.
So if you have any questions about how to access that or revisit that, because I'm going to upload this call, which I'll call the Hootsuite Deep Dive into Functionality and Social Media Strategy, and then put those notes in there. I want to make sure that you're not dependent on the email I sent you to log in and easily access that to refer back to when you're playing with Hootsuite and posting.
Right. Okay. Well, that's good. I think we're...
No, go ahead and tell me. Do you want to log into Google Drive right now just so that I can see you have quick and easy access to it? I just want to make sure that that's going to be your easiest way to get the support from the tutorials that you've taken time for. Actually, just start. You can also go into Drive. Perfect. All right, scroll down.
Previous one.
Yep, so that's 1117. That's the previous one. And now your Google Notes. Here we go, AV Architect. That's where it is. Done. You got it, You've got this.
Yeah. All right. Okay, that sounds good. Well, yeah, so that would be good if we can schedule a time for our next meeting. Maybe next week if you can send me some availabilities that you have.
Okay, and we'll go from there. Thank you, Brandon.
Okay. Thanks.
Bye.
Have a nice day. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.